is awesome. I could play that all day long. It sounds so good. It's just the best form of delay. Why is it every time we do these videos with Strymon, there's just something about it, man. That's such a good sound. Oh, it sounds so good, dude. Dude. Dude.
Monsieur Pete.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. This is early morning.
Yeah.
This is early.
We've got a super busy day. This pedal was announced yesterday and it only arrived here literally late yesterday.
Yeah.
So we thought we're going to get in early morning,
get it done,
film this and see if we can get it out ASAP.
Hopefully.
So, Strymon, who doesn't love Strymon? You're going to be some sort of insane guitar player not to like it. Many moons ago, I think over 10 years ago, the first El Capistan came out.
Wow.
This was Strymon's recreation of a tape echo pedal.
Yeah.
We're on version 2 of that now, which is this other one with more buttons, an extra knob, basically. Tape echo machines, I suppose, not only were they one of the very first ways of doing echo in the studio or live, they also, I think, because it's a very mechanical process of creating delay, no two tape, or any two tape machines just had to have the most tiny difference in the way the motor was working or the tape was aging,
worn out,
whatever.
yeah, absolutely.
And so they'd all have these special characters, and then of course there's all the folklore around just people loving the preamp side of a tape machine, and pedals have been designed to, all that stuff. So probably, I might be going out a bit here, but I would say it's probably the most loved kind of delay, more so maybe than digital delay and stuff like that. But
it's just organic, real, it's just a, what does that say there? Does that say like and subscribe?
Just underneath, it's a single head tape echo, but only if you like and subscribe to this channel, which is almost at 1 million subscribers
now. 1 million, come on, please, this year we want to
give away a real clock.
Sorry, I was interrupted about that, but I have to put that out there.
Anyway, so the El Capistan is 2 buttons, 6 knobs. It's a multi-head delay, so a little bit more expensive.
Yeah.
And over the last 2 or 3 years, Strymon have been taking their bigger pedals and putting them in smaller format pedals to make them simpler to use and more affordable. And so, thank goodness, the El Capistan has now got its little baby brother called the EC-1. However,
this is quite special, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, this is so funny, isn't it? It's easy to sort of go, this sounds like amazing marketing, doesn't it? But hey,
is it or you have to find the story with these things.
Yeah.
Right?
So during the R&D phase of EC-1, Strymon went out and they bought a couple of old tape, old echo tape echo machines. And they had one that I think they thought was going to be an EP1, and then they bought it and it turned out to be an EP2, and then they started taking it apart and it had clearly been modified and stuff. And then they find a signature of a certain Cesar Diaz, very well-known tech for guitar players like Stevie Ray and many others, and he would modify their rigs. And
legendary tech, man.
Yeah, I mean, probably his Tube Screamer mods are probably the most famous.
Yeah, but now,
but they believe they have an EP2 modded by him. So what's cool about the EC-1 is there are 2 preamps in it. One is a traditional sort of non-modded EP style preamp, and the other is the modded one that they've, or an emulation of the modded one that they found in this. Yeah. So look, that's enough talking.
A lot in a pedal that small, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
It's got stereo in, it's got stereo out, it's got MIDI with 300 presets you can save in there.
Crazy.
It's just crazy how they cram all that stuff in there.
Yeah.
And it's an analog digital. It's digital, but it's analog, right? I don't understand because you can't. Surely with the MIDI and the is it? Do you know what I mean? Though
all of the
because it's not a physical tape, so it's not
absolutely. So all of the stuff that affects the tone. So that's the way in which the preamp tone is affected, the gain and the echo itself is all DSP.
Yeah.
So obviously you've got sort of like an analog style input and output phase, but yeah, but look, that's the same with all Strymon pedals, to be fair. So,
but shut up now and play, right?
Yeah. What have we got? So we are at the end going to compare it to the original Capistan to see if this has got like a better,
which we haven't done yet. Just to let you know, we have not done that yet.
But the only real control that is not on the El Capistan, but is on the EC-1, and it doesn't appear there's any way to sort of. Yeah, it doesn't appear there's any way to sort of do this on the El Capistan. Is this sense of the how hard you're driving the echo side of the pedal with this sort of low, medium, and high saturation levels, which you'll hear again. I suppose emulating the sort of how much preamp gain you had on the pedal. Yeah, unless of course just mix does that maybe on the Strymon. But anyway, whatever on the El
Capistan.
Let's have it. We got some suggested settings. Yeah, we might as well start with the first one, which they call Clean Machine.
Clean Machine.
Which is no tape aging. So imagine a brand new tape, very low setting in terms of mechanical wear. So it would be a relatively new EP boost. EP boost. Tape delay, EP, tape delay, EP, delay, EP, tape delay.
Give your kids out there tape, just Google it, just see what a tape actually is, because you probably don't know. It's like you don't even know what a CD is, so...
delay, EP, tape delay.
But here's a chord. It's just the best form of delay. I can just point out as well, if I hold that down, I can just tap the tempo, if I want. Oh, it sounds so good. We're running stereo here as well, so you will have beautiful sound.
Put some headphones on.
This inspires me for the rest of the day.
You've got bounce here, which I'm guessing is almost like a double track thing.
Maybe a bit of drive on.
Now,
why is it every time we do these videos, it's with Strymon, there's just something about it, man. That's such a good sound.
Now, I haven't tried this yet, but I'm guessing I'm gonna love this. So this is called Service Required. This is basically saying we've got a really old tape in there, so we'll get lots and lots of degradation and character in the echoes.
Right.
But the mechanics are basically knackered. So what you're hearing now is, imagine the tape going round, but it gets a bit faster, then it gets a bit slower, then it gets a bit faster because basically the motor of the tape is knackered, basically.
They should call it sexy time, shouldn't they? Because it goes a bit, and it's faster, a bit slower. Sorry. Listen to it, keep going.
You got the option to switch they call it spillover, so tails or trails, whatever you want to call it. You got the option to switch that on or off within the pedal. as I'm sure you're familiar with Strymon stuff now, there are multiple options that you can switch on or switch off in sort of power up modes. I would go and read the manual around there, but it's things around, how does the expression, what's the functionality of the expression pedal and stuff like that. However, I've got one more preset to show you, but I did forget to mention at the beginning of this. We're running this currently in its non-modified tape echo preamp mode.
Yeah. Man, it sounds
so like
good.
not this EP2 Cesar Diaz version they had. I'll switch it into that mode soon, and you can hear that.
Dude, it sounds so good. Sounds so good.
I put the brig. So I had an El Capistan on my board.
Yeah.
I switched it out to a brig entirely because I was running out of space on the board and I needed the smaller one, and I don't really use tap tempo and blah.
But that's got tap tempo as well.
But
it's
I'm
smaller.
100%.
I'm taking that with me.
Well, then I'll need another one from Strymon because I'm going to take the brig off. The brig is great, but the brig is a digital delay with modulation, which I still kind of like. But there's something immersive about tape.
That. I'm taking this pedal with me to Budapest this weekend because this video's come out today, right? We're filming it and we're editing it. And it's coming out.
So if you see in this video, pretty much within the first 24 hours, 48 hours, it coming out, and you live near Budapest.
I'm going to select guitars to do a little thing for Victory Amplification. Nice. So you come and try that out if you want to. Come and say hello.
Last suggested setting before we try this other preamp mode is called hand solo.
Hand solo.
Okay, so that's just lovely. That's almost probably how most people would have a delay. It just adds a little bit of extra.
So you could just give it a bit of a.
Ooh, spicy!
Sorry, spicy. Anyway, I could play that all day long, but it's stereo setup as well. It's awesome. It's awesome.
There's something about just whatever Strymon put in the pedal. So forget
the secret sauce.
Actual whatever the effect is doing, whether it's a reverb or a delay or a chorus, or whatever. Forget all that. They just put something in between the input and the output that just goes. I'm just going to make your guitar sound a little bit better.
Yeah, it's just going to...
It's so weird. I don't know what it is.
Also, stereo. We don't play stereo
often. This is very true.
Stereo is beautiful, man.
I'm going to change this preamp session now. So I hold this down. Mm-hmm. I adjust the repeats button, and basically amber is the... green, I think, is the original Echoplex.
Yeah, that's the normal one, isn't it? Let's see. Let's
tape
just
echo
look that up.
Amber is the modified one, and then if you want to, I think you can completely turn any preamp characteristic off.
Yeah.
So we're going to just switch now between the green and the amber. So green original, amber modded.
Yeah.
And let's just see what we can hear in terms of a sound.
Right. Subtle, isn't it?
Green, modded. Green
there's more highs in the green, but that's what it says in the manual as well. And then you can turn it off, of course. So if you don't want to have any of that on,
you can. Yeah, absolutely.
I like the old. I like it's not too bright. I like that old sort of.
I'm
Gilmore
sorry,
kind of thing.
Cesar fans. I'm not sure if I think I just prefer the brighter one. But you know what?
Well,
it's super subtle. You just choose whichever one you like.
Yeah. It sounds great regardless, right? So. I mean, just listen to that.
Let's just demo this kind of this record level, because again, like I said, I don't think the Capistan does this, but listen to how much the pedal kind of crunches up as I move from this low, medium to high.
I'll just do a stab first. stank face, isn't it?
You can really imagine in the sort of 60s and 70s that guitar players who'd only ever, started to use tape machines with their rigs, and then for some reason, like another session or whatever, they didn't have the tape, or maybe live didn't have the tape. They would be going, "Why does my amp sound so different?" It's not, it's not just the delay that I've lost. It's that sense of that lift saturation and that boost.
In it. Yeah, I mean, that's that's why I really like the deco from Strymon, which I got on my board, because that's a similar kind of. I think that is like an old version of that,
and that's why there's so many. You can just buy Echoplex boost pedals.
You can.
They're just the preamp from the old delays.
Can I just try that? So it's that you can hear that overdrive. There's now there's no. Maybe it's easier to hear if we do that and you hold it down and swap that around.
Okay.
So just go on to what are we on now? That's green. Yeah. Now you can hear that it's. That's great, man.
Let me do, because what you've set up there is that super fast slapback kind. It's not even. It's
so you can
too
hear
fast even for slap.
Yeah, but you can hear the overdrive more.
Well, and you hear the how it the guitar sound.
Yeah.
So if you just play that. One of the settings on, if I turn the mix up high enough,
right,
it gets rid of the
clean signal. Yeah, it felt like it was completely gone. Wow, that sounds good, man.
That's another one of those settings that you like power up settings where you can elect to either not lose the dry signal.
Okay, so you can have the clean mix through it as well. Yeah. Which is nice as well, isn't it? Anyway, that sounds wonderful.
Now, if I was going to have a criticism of the EC-1. And this may end up not even being a criticism, but it's not that much cheaper than the big Capistan. So that's 70 or 80 quid less than the big El Capistan. So there's
still a lot of money.
There's a part of me going, if this has got more and I've got the space on my board, wouldn't I just pay the extra 80 quid? So I guess I wanted to do a quick comparison. I might end up, I like the idea of it being a smaller format. Mm-hmm. I don't necessarily need the extra features on the Capistan.
You have got a spring reverb anyway. This has got a reverb.
That's true. Stuff, and I kind of feel like if this feels like it's some of those, I don't know, if there's just something about the basic sound of the tonality of the pedal that I like more, that would seal the deal for me, and I would buy an EC-1 for sure. But let's have a little.
You could also fit that EC-1 and the brick in almost the same space as the El Capistan.
That's true. Okay, so what we've got here is a mono guitar signal going into the El Capistan, stereo out going into a stereo in.
Is that set up the right way there?
Which it is now. And then stereo out from here. So let's just set up a couple of similar.
You want one single head.
Yeah.
Boom, baby.
All right, so I've set these two up to have a similar kind of delay sound. Let's just, delay length. Let's see what they sound like.
It's similar. It's super similar. I mean, there is a slight difference, but
let me put it in the modded, the Diaz mode. Oh, that's interesting.
That's different.
It's lifted it much more. That's
it's almost like a different. It's low, more low end on the El Capistan, and it's almost like it does a different whoop, like whoop,
scoop dee dee whoop.
Scoop-de-whoop-de-poop.
I mean, I suppose that's a good thing, right? It certainly doesn't sound worse than the El Capistan.
No.
It either sounds exactly the same, or actually there's something in this
there's something in that modded
that
mode,
gives
isn't
it something, but...
Do the tape age, which makes it a bit like that kind of crunchier.
Such it. They're both good sounding delay. Do that one again, because I do like that.
That sounds good, man.
I should say, one of the obvious differences between the Capistan and the EC-1 is that the EC-1 is a single tape head delay, whereas obviously the El Capistan has got multiple heads. Do you know what? Given that I really like the sound of the El Capistan, but I took it off my board just because I must have been a space issue, or maybe I just wasn't using all the features. I think the EC-1 ticks a box for me.
Absolutely. That's great, man. On a small board.
Yeah.
Like just a small board like that, small form factors.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
Now they just need to do is the spring reverb. So take the flint, cut that in half, and do the spring reverb from the flint and the tremolo.
Yeah.
And then you can have those three little ones. Because I love the flint, man. Anyway.
Well, look, I think, what can we say? Well done, Strymon. Yet another excellent pedal. This is it's like I say, it's for sale now. I believe the very first delivery of this is either end of this week or beginning of next week. So you'll be able to pre-order from today, and they'll be shipping very soon. So yes, $279 is the price. So like I say, it's obviously
it's not cheap, is it? But it is what it is for Strymon. If you want that,
I mean, Strymon don't play in the Strymon aren't playing trying to my first delay pedal market, are they?
No.
Strymon is for the it's at a sort of a pro semi-pro. You got some good gear, you get Strymon stuff, right?
Yep.
Okay, well, thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Pete, for those excellent.
It really inspired me for the rest of the day. I'm happy now.
All right, catch you later, guys. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.